guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm just sitting in the car doing my nails, and this is the set that I have from Color Street. By the way, I am about to be 26 years old and going to college, and that might be like shocking for some people. Like, why are you going to school so late in the game? Because in reality, I didn't have my first kid until I was 20, so I still had time to go to college. And I have a decent support system, so I could have went. So I wanted to tell y'all, I did go to college, but stuff happened, and I ended up being kicked out of college. This is the story of how I got kicked out of cosmetology school. It boils down to the fact that I was having female problems. I was fixing to get married, and the talk of babies came up, and we decided we wanted to be able to have a baby. By the time I finished school, I wanted to be able to have a baby a few months after, because cosmetology school, I was already done with my first semester, so I was in the cosmetology program, which only takes a year. So I was like, okay, well, I can get pregnant while I'm in school, and by the time it's done, I'll still be pregnant. And because this was in March, I'll still be pregnant, and I can go on and have the baby after I get my credentials done and all that. I wasn't having a period, and sign off if that's TMI for you, for real. But I wasn't having a period, so I went to the doctor, and they started doing a bunch of testing on me. Well, that testing meant that I was missing days, or that I was being late. And our teacher had a policy that if you missed more than 10 days or were late more than 10 days, that you would have to leave her class. She would not take doctor's notes. She would not take any of that. And those 10 days coincided. So, if I missed 5 days and I was late 5 times, I was out of the program. And that's pretty much what happened. And the bad thing was, what angers me now is that she was pregnant. And she had to miss a bunch of days. And we would get to school sometimes, and there would be a sign on the door, no classes today. So she could do it, but we couldn't. And I understand it's a respect thing. She was my professor, so I should have followed all the rules. But my classes were from 8 to 4, and that's doctor office hours. And my health is more important at some point. Even if it was, oh, well, you could have waited and done that later. No, I couldn't have, because I would have not known how many problems I was having. And I could have kept putting things off, but a problem could have got more serious by then. What if I had cervical cancer or something, and that was my problem. So for me, I feel like I did the right thing going to my doctor's appointments, and then all of a sudden I come to class and I get told by the person who's filling in for her, because she had her baby, oh, by the way, you can stay today, but you can't come back. What? So I came up the next week when my teacher was in visiting, putting in grades. My grade was 100 in that class. I did very well in there. And I go back there and I'm like, what can I do? Because I don't want to, lose my ability to go to college. And she said, okay, well, I'm going to sign this paper saying that you did fine. It's just my policy, and that I think that you should be allowed to withdraw and enroll again come fall. And I was like, okay, that sounds good. Well, come to find out, that's not possible. When you sign that withdrawal sheet, unless you have a family emergency, you cannot get back into school without it being a hassle. So that's what happened. That's how I got kicked out of cosmetology program, right? So why just now at 26, well, almost 26, am I able to go to school? For all of this, I did try to go to school again. Back in 2015, before I had a LAR, I was just going to sit down with a counselor and talk about all the things that I was interested in and see what happened. I might have even thought about nursing for a minute, but not deeply. I just needed to be able to talk to someone about it. I went up there and I started talking to the people, and they said, okay, well, let's just file an appeal on the decision that you would have to pay for all your schooling. And I was like, whoa, yeah, because who has that kind of money? What it basically boiled down to was, because of my withdrawal, I would have to pay for my first semester. And let me tell you that being in a one-income household and having to come up with $3,000, $4,000 for school was just not going to happen. So I explained that, and they were like, okay, you can file an appeal. So I filed the appeal. I had to write like an essay. I had to go get doctor records, and my doctor has moved to Texas at that point. I was even having to go to a different GYN OB for my pregnancy at the time. So my nails are done. How cute. Anyway, so I had to go to another GYN, and they were able to pull some records, but not all the records, to prove that I really was like having medical issues and all of that. So of course my appeal got denied. Well, they were like, if you could get notes from the actual doctor, what am I supposed to do? Go to Texas? Like, I can't do that. I'm pregnant and I have a baby, because Phoenix was only a year old, and I was like, there's just no way. So I did pay $200 of what I owed, because when you leave class, like when you leave college and you have to withdraw and you're not getting approved for like an appeal and stuff, you owe back all that money. I gave up on going back to college, and I was like, I'll just stick with photography. And I probably could have opened my own business and all of that, but I started to not love photography as much, and I think it's because maybe photography wasn't my real calling. And if you like my work, I know you'll disagree, but I think that I can be good at something and it not be what I'm meant to do, and it not be what I'm called to do. So I think that I will always have a love for photography, and I think I will always, go back to it when I need to or when I want to. I may do like yearly sessions or something like that, but I'm not going to dive into that anytime soon. So anyway, side rant, because I know some of you that watch this really want me to do photography again. Nikki, I'm looking at you. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go in my life, or, if just being a stay-at-home mom was going to be good enough. And then Phoenix got diagnosed with autism. And it was kind of like, okay, I do have to stay home. I have to. Until he is in school, I have to stay home. But I had a Lark, and they're 2 years apart, but we held Phoenix back from going to pre-K. So they're only 1 year apart in school. And I was like, well, I'm going to finish up, my last year with a Lark, and then, I'll go back and get another job. Because I did work. I did get a job after I had a Lark. When he was a year old, I got a job for almost a year. I worked, but my heart just wasn't in it. So I left. My kid had autism, and I know that doesn't seem like an excuse, but it does mean something to me to be able to have been home with him and to help him. What it took for me to finally be like, okay, I want to go to school, was realizing that there is a need for proper pregnancy health care in the Black and Latina communities. And what I mean by that is that ethnic people are at a higher risk of dying during childbirth, or being neglected, or being told what to do instead of having people who actually listen and support them. And I know what that's like, to be bullied like that in the healthcare industry is so wrong. So it made me realize I need to make a change. I need to make a difference. And in South Georgia, there's only one true midwife birthing center in the entire state. That's it. I want to change that. And I'm going to now. So, I'm going to college to be a nurse, starting off with my RN, and then I'm going to transfer and get my midwife, and boom, midwife, angel. Yes. And I'm getting my doula at the same time, lactation consultant. I'm doing all of this together so that I can provide the best maternal care possible for low-income families. And I am super excited, and I hope that I can get the support that I need from friends and family and all of you guys. And I hate that college didn't work out for me when I was younger. But I'm also kind of glad, because if college had worked out for me, I might not be where I am today, and I might not would know that this is what I'm called to do. And there's something about knowing, like 100% knowing, this is what you're meant to do. This is what you need to be doing. I'm scared. I'm so scared because I'm 26 years old almost, and I don't remember anything from high school. I'm like literally going to be starting from scratch. I got to take the placement test for college because my SAT is no longer relevant. And I am nervous as bull hockey about trying to find out if I even remember anything, like, to pass that test. And then I don't want to be stupid. Like, I was an honor student in high school, and I don't want to be stupid. I feel like I'm going to be. But I also feel like it's a good lesson. And I feel like it's going to be worth it. So, yeah. I am excited. And I want to kind of make a playlist for college after 25 related videos for other moms who are thinking about going back to school. Especially for something like this. Like, going back to school for nursing or med school or any of that is no joke. It's not the same as being able to do an online degree from home or from just having to go up to your local school for like a year or two. Like, this is, you know, on average a 3-year program, and then going for your midwife is going to take you another 2 years. And you have to stop in the middle and work as an RN in either labor and delivery or pediatrics or something to do with maternal medicine or fetal medicine. So this is the big step for me. I've been accepted to the local college, and my financial aid was approved. I didn't have to do another appeal. I just have to pay off what I owe, and it's $1,000. And I have been pinching pennies and saving where I can. I am more than halfway to that now. So I can get this stuff done. I can get this stuff paid off. And I can start school hopefully in August. I'm happy, you guys. And I'm not going to stop YouTube while I'm doing it. I'm going to use YouTube as a platform to raise awareness that you can do anything. Being a mom does not stop you from being smart or brilliant or from having fun or from reaching your goals. It does not stop you. It doesn't have to stop you. You can let it stop you, but it doesn't have to. So, you guys, I'm sorry that this video turned in from just chit chat with me while I do my nails to me ranting. But yeah, I just had a few minutes before I have to run into Walmart and get a few things and be a mom, where I just wanted to be a girl and talk to y'all. I'm super excited to share my journey with you, and I can't wait till I see y'all in my next video. And I hope that y'all have a fantastic day. Bye!